one of the hottest up-and-coming street rappers, and he got a pretty crazy story behind his music. First, he was headed to the NFL, then to the top of the streets, and now he's putting Kentucky on the map with his music. This is the true story of ESTG. ESTG was born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky. Growing up, both of his parents was hustling in the streets, and G was surrounded by crime 24/7. He says his dad had a gold tooth, a tattoo, and had already been shot by the time he was 11 years old. G's family was doing what they had to do to survive, but they influenced.
It's crazy. Some of that stuff do be happening just because they parents be knee deep in that shit, or like your parents be outside in the hood. You know, it's different when you got parents that's in the hood, but they're not in the hood business. In between, when we got parents that's in the hood and they in the hood business for real. Like, I'm talking about you going outside and like, see, y'all ain't from the hood for real, bro. Y'all ain't goddamn pulling up with your homie mama to the hood, to a hood that you don't even know. And I ain't saying that you gangbang, but like, you know what's going on. You don't even know who hood this is, what is going on. She got you out here with the old heads. You don't know about being in the hood till you pull up to cop some loud in the hood. The hood you know you're not supposed to be at. You go cop the loud over there, and you find folks' mama over there kicking shit, and she take you to the corner store, and she knows the workers at the corner store. Y'all don't know these issues.
Would eventually lead to G jumping off the porch just like them. Like a lot of kids growing up in the hood, G's home life was rough. His pops was in prison for part of his childhood, and he had to stay with his grandma after his mom lost custody of him. But all of the struggle just made him try even harder to get it out the mud. His first opportunity came from football. G was a 3-sport athlete and played basketball and football and also ran track.
Damn.
But football was where he excelled the most.
That's crazy.
G was the #1 ranked linebacker in the state and was so good on the field, he earned a scholarship to play for Indiana State University.
Damn.
That made him the first person in his family to make it to college. He later told Pitchfork, "All everyone cared about in Louisville is making it to college sports. I had to try to make it for my people, especially because I've never been bad at nothing." G played a couple of seasons at Indiana State University before transferring to Stephen F. Austin University. Everything was looking up for him, and there was even a chance he would go pro after college ball. But then something went down that cost him his scholarship and freedom.
Damn, for
the whole time he was in school, G was living a double life. Everyone knew he was putting in work on the field, but he was putting in even more in the streets. G ain't want to rely on anyone else for his success, so he used his connections in Louisville to start pushing weight. Selling a little weed is normal for college students, but G was moving different. When the feds caught up to him in 2016, he was caught with 12 pounds of weed and thousands of dollars in cash.
I mean, that's what's going on. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. People don't tell you about the dark side of college. When you go to college and, you know, like, okay, let's say you go to college, right? I'm gonna put you in the best situation scenario. But we aren't. You go to college, you got a tuition, right? But you got a scholarship and still got a little loan or whatever. They pay for that, and then you got enough from your refund check to pay for your housing, so you can already, you know, goddamn pay for your rent and stuff. What are you doing to get fly? What are you doing for food? What are you doing? Because you just not finna be on campus, not going to parties, not talking to girls, not doing nothing. Like, you finna be doing something. What are you doing for that? Are you gonna work this little college job and get $6.50 an hour for standing there like the goddamn insomnia cookies or doing Papa John's or whatever the hell you doing? Like, there's not really too many. Not like, you're not no LA Fitness in this college town. Or you finna work for the school and get to leaving less than that. It'd be like certain shit just be, you know, it should be crazy.
G got hit with a drug trafficking charge that made him lose his scholarship. At first, he was looking at a potential 10-year sentence, but his lawyer eventually got the charge reduced to a Class D felony, and he accepted a plea in exchange for 5 years probation. Everything could have been over at that point, but G managed to avoid jail time. But staying out of prison wasn't his only issue. He also had a son on the way. With his opportunity for an NFL career gone overnight, he had no other skills to support himself and his family. So back in Louisville, he got right back into the streets. He said in the interview, "Anything that a nigga feel like a street nigga is supposed to do, I done did it, period. Anything being sold, anything being shipped, anything being protected, I done did it." Even though he couldn't make it out through football, G knew he didn't want to spend the rest of his life caught up in the streets. So while he was on house arrest for the trafficking case, he bought some recording equipment and set up a studio in his bathroom. He got inspired to start making music about his life after seeing Lil Baby perform on TV. Baby comes from a similar background.
That's crazy.
So G knew he had a shot at making it in the industry too.
Full circle.
At first, he was dropping tracks under the name Big G, but then he changed it to ESTG after forming Everybody Shine Together Entertainment with his homies. Fans connected to the music instantly. G used everything he'd been through in his life as an inspiration to create hard-hitting, authentic tracks. One of the people who helped bring him into the rap game was a dude named YOG Peso. G and Peso played football at the same high school and was super close. They dropped a collab track in 2018 called The Come Up and plan on dropping more. But just when their music partnership was set to take off, Something serious went down that led to a 27-year-old studio owner getting shot to death. Peso and G were supposed to meet up at Quality Over Quantity Media to record new music. It's not clear what exactly happened, but their crews got into a fight and someone started letting off shots. Brian Osley, aka Big O, or Coach O, was a football coach who helped start Quality Over Quantity Media. He was caught in the crossfire and killed, but police don't believe he was a target. Coach O's murder led to a split in the Louisville music scene that's still going on today. Peso and his camp rep the West End area of the city, while G comes from a set called Newburgh. After their crews got into that fight, the two sides been on their own wave ever since. Even though he lost an old friend to the streets, G was only moving forward. His mixtapes was buzzing in the city, and he was building a fan base outside of Louisville too. Then Louisville superstar Jack Harlow heard his new track, New Number, and hit him up to collaborate. But G already has a bad reputation in the city. The police warned Harlow to stay away from G, but Jack ignored them and linked up anyway. Teaming up with one of the hottest rappers in the world was
That's some real shit on Jack Harlow end though. To even like, you know, because the stigma is that white people get into the industry, they don't put nobody on, they take all the clout, and then they go do some country shit. Post Malone. I fuck with Post Malone, but we all know. But at the same time, like for him as an artist that don't even rap about street shit or be around street shit to come fuck with G before he even had his hair, before he even blew up for real. So this is big.
Biggest move in G's career yet. But that didn't mean his struggles was over. In late 2019, he suffered another setback that almost ended his life. In September 2019, ESTG had just linked up with Sada Baby for a video shoot. When G and his brother left the spot, the ops slid through and let off shots in the G's whip. He got hit 4 times in the stomach and grazed in the left eye. His brother got hit in the leg, but luckily, it wasn't too serious. G said in the No Jumper interview that he thought he was gonna die, but his brother kept him awake and talking till they got to the hospital. He spent 2 weeks in the hospital recovering, then had to have a bunch of surgeries to restore the vision in his eye. In the same interview, he said the situation was taken care of and implied that justice was served in the streets. No one knows who the shooters were, but a dude from West End named H Block Duke raps about it on a diss track called EST, Everybody Shot Together. In the video for the song, H Block used footage of G laid up in the hospital with an eye patch and staples in his stomach while he raps, "We get on EST for free. Ask G about that freeway. We the reason for that bad eye and that zipper on his stomach, and a couple of his dead homies." The bar about
I ain't gonna lie, like getting popped in the stomach, just seeing the aftermath of what they got to do and understanding like they got to put a catheter in you. They gotta, man. Oh my Jesus, I can see why they be getting it gone. You made me put a catheter in. Oh yeah, I gotta pop you.
G's dead homies is allegedly about a dude named Austin Floyd that G was close with. Floyd was murdered back in October 2020, and a lot of people believe West End was behind the hit. Then a dude from Newburgh named Warren Freeman was arrested for killing a West End affiliate named Reginald Johnson. Freeman's case eventually got dropped, but it looked like Johnson's death might have been payback for Floyd. There was bodies dropping left and right around G, but he kept his focus on the music and kept leveling up his career. He put out tracks with top artists like Lil Baby and Lil Durk, but then tragedy struck again. In March 2020, G's mom passed away from cancer. Then 1 week later, his brother was gunned down in the streets of Louisville. G's life has been a roller coaster full of highs and terrible lows, but he never lets the bad times keep him down. He fought through the pain of getting shot and losing his mom and brother, then signed a massive deal with Yo Gotti's CMG label in 2021. Complex asked him in an interview if all the pain and death he's been surrounded by has changed him. G told him, "You asked if my run-ins with death changed me, and I think they might have changed death. If you ask the devil, did G change you? He'd probably be like, hell yeah." It seems like no matter what happens, G finds a way to rely on himself and make it through. But now the feds are after the entire EST crew, and 10 affiliates have already been arrested, including G's manager, Eric Mosley. In September 2021, Eric Mosley's hotel room was raided by the FBI. They searched the room and found a kilo of coke, 2 pistols, and $100,000 in cash. Mosley got hit with serious charges like possession with intent to distribute and possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. Then the FBI went after 9 more EST affiliates in an investigation they called Project Safe Neighborhoods. During the arrest, the cops allegedly found drugs, guns, a stolen car, and over $100K in cash. According to police, EST ain't just a music collective. It's an organized crime group that runs heroin, fentanyl, and other drugs through Louisville. They also say EST is responsible for several murders, including a 3-year-old girl. Authorities revealed that Eric Mosley and other EST affiliates bailed out a dude named Kevin Lawless. Lawless is accused of killing a dude from West End named Brandon Waddles and his daughter, Trinity Randolph. He was convicted of attempted murder back in 2017, but was later released on parole. The checks that paid for Lawless's bond were under the Everybody Shine Together Entertainment name, and G raps about him on his track, Skydweller. Lawless is known by the name Lil Kada, and on Skydweller, G raps, "They want 1 mil for Lil Kada. Know I'm coming to get you, baby. Know my heart might get me killed, but it got me here, so risk I'm taking. G wasn't naming the indictment, but a lot of people he's close with got wrapped up in it. For right now, it seems like his legal situation is all good, but it only takes one dude snitching to bring the whole thing down.
But I think you got to give rappers more credit. Because if a lot more rappers was out here doing the crazy shit y'all saying, like selling bags, still doing street stuff and doing hits and all that, I feel like the feds would have caught up to him. Because the feds been on a lot of people's ass. They've been on a lot of people's bumper. So if they didn't catch up to, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he good. If, you know, the people around him was doing that shit. I don't mean he was doing it. He probably, I'm making rap money. I'm doing this much money a show. Why would I even do that shit no more? You know? There's no reason to. Illegally. Now, if you want to legally set up a, something in California, legally, yeah, you can do that.